you know, I thought it was a surprise appearance by Ikuto or something like that because he's got that Wakanda mask. I was like, oh wait, you know what? It is Team Hawk's motto, but at the same time, without further ado, we're jumping into game number 2. This is going to be Team Hawk going up against RSGMY. This time, Team Hawk on the blue side again. Do they first pick the Fanny? Absolutely not. Nope. Not going to try it again. Edith is going to be the goal.
Oh, I remember what the word is. Anchors. RSGMY have secure anchors in both Storm and as well as Rippo. I don't know whether those anchors are going to do that all over again, but let's look at the winning record because before the arrival of Rippo, Iris was the main EXP laner for RSGMY and had a 77.78% match win ratio in Mpl My Season 10.
I have to say one thing, production. Props to you guys. I don't know where you get all your trivia, but at the same time, the amount of effort to dig through all this statistics, information, looking through match one by one, and I don't know where you can find it. Even in online, it's very difficult to get those kind of stats.
It's an internal player
Well
dex.
done.
I'm just going to spoil it. It's an internal player dex. You can search it up. Yeah. They have it for each one. They have a player dex for each one of the seasons. You want to check out season 10 stuff? You type in the name and it pops up. It's like a Pokemon Pokedex. Is what they call it.
Oh, that's a good fun fact.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Now let's jump back into the draft because so far the Edith has already been first pick for the side of Team Hawk, and we do see Valentina as well as the Grok from RSGMY. Relatively same bans coming in from RSGMY, and the same goes for Team Hawk with the slight adjustment of banning out the Fanny, locking in the Claude, and as well as the Lancelot. Once again, Team Hawk revolving back around their comfort picks, things that they have played before, practiced before, and are efficient at.
Yep. And this was something that I kind of was a little bit questioning as well. Team Hawk, they do kind of lean on Panda playing his Claude every single time. Even to a certain degree, they do first pick it. But this time, they open it up. RGMI says, you know what, Panda is not really a big threat. We just ignore him, man. But, however, Joy was kind of ignored in game 1. This time, RGM says, you know what, I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Demon Kite might be able to play this. Repo might be playing it. They are still in that flex area coming from RGMY.
Yeah, I think that RSGMY have conditioned Team Hawk very, very well. Like these picks, these bans are very similar to game number 1 with very slight adjustments towards the end. They got rid of the Kaja, but they're also getting rid of the Franco as well, just to make sure that this Joy can kind of walk freely throughout the map. More importantly, we are seeing Storm back on this Grok, I would assume back on this Grok again, and Izanami, who's been playing a phenomenal early to mid game on the Valentina. It's going to be a little tough for Team Hawk to actually try to break through through Storm in particular, but at least with the Edith, they might have an opportunity to actually re-engage.
Yeah, but now Franco, Kaja, you talked about suppression here. They don't really want to deal with this. I guess it's a way to deal with the Joy, right? But I feel like Joy right now is in a situation where it's going to be the biggest threat for Team Hawk to deal with it. Like, Edith, not necessarily a great way to kind of stop the Joy if the Joy gets out of control. But to be honest, I really want Hawk to bring in the Vincent in this game. It feels like it's like the Kufra isn't going to be enough to stop the Joy at all.
I mean, that's not the only problem here. I mean, yes, Joy, locking in the Mincetar just to deal with the Joy as well as the Valentina doesn't seem like a bad idea until you recognize that if you don't catch the Irithel, you're dead anyways, right? Because Irithel is eventually going to outscale everybody from the side of Team Hawk, especially if you're going for that crit blow, even Claude to a certain degree, only because you have access to Winds of Nature. But Team Hawk, they are playing back in towards their comfort pick. Lapu is going to get locked in to dive that backline to threaten and maybe just force this Joy to actually rejoin the rest of his team. But let's not forget, it's still a flex pick. We don't know whether or not this is going into the jungle or if it's going into the EXP.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one, but as of now, it feels like RGMI, they can play whoever they want. And, you know, this Joy, whoever's going to be playing on this Joy, is going to have an amazing time because in terms of catch potential coming from Team Hawk, besides Iris, who's most likely going to be playing that on the XP. Wait, is that? No, that's actually a Roam Edith, right? Yeah,
yep,
it is going to Roam Edith. So it's going to be up to Noir to try and punish that, but even then, like you said as well, there's so many targets that he needs to control. In this case, is it going to be Irithel? Is it going to be the Grok? But guess what? They bring in the Cho as well, coming from RSGMY. So that means, well, we are going to see a lot of mobilities coming from RGMY.
I mean, this is a hard dive coming in from
Yep.
RSGMY, right? If they get into that backline and Panda does not have his BMI, he's in so much trouble here. A slightly adjusted playstyle coming in from RSGMY, where now it's not about just holding that front line, playing the traditional front to front. They've got so much dive capability. So again, whoever makes a mistake in lane is going to get punished.
Yep, in this case, from the side Team Hawk, they're going all in right here, right now, with this Edith roam here. If they can play around this Edith roam and catch potential, they are going to be able to slow down RSGMY's progression. However, RSGMY, they do have a very, very strong, decent composition, but you can hear the fans. They're cheering on Team Hawk. They really, really want Iris to get his redemption arc. It is going to be time because we are jumping straight into game, and this is going to be game 2 for Team Hawk versus RSGMY.
All right, I'm pumped for this. After Team Hawk dropping game number 1, the fans are giving them the energy to power through game number 2 and secure this win. Let's kick things off as we jump right into the game with Iris trying to proxy. He's probably going to die for
Oh
this.
my goodness, Iris. I don't know what he's trying to do, man. He's going to clear the winners before he dies. Yep, he manages to get it, but that is going to be first blood for Repo. Feels bad moments. Like, Team Hawk was just pumping his way through and, you know, he's just died. And, ouch.
I don't know.
That feels like a party pooper wet blanket in your face, man.
No, worst of all, it was a very rookie mistake. Why would you do it on Lapu Lapu of all things? I guess he didn't want to interact, but I think we're about to see another kill.
Oh my goodness, Storm, he's gotta get out, but Gary's gonna slice his way through, but he's 1 HP! Storm! He survives, but no, it's gonna be Yura that flickers forward to kill his mom, and now Noir. He's gonna try and buy time for Izanami, but they are just level 2. They don't have the tools. In this case, it's going to be the disengage.
It's so weird. What a weird start to the game. Again, RSGMY also getting a little like, you know, after that kill, Storm was like, all right, let's get a little disrespectful. Let's try and outplay this situation. Ends up, at the very least, he didn't bother to flicker to save his life. He knows he's dead. He's not trying to hide it or anything. He knows at the very least that even if he gets through all of them, that Yura is probably going to snipe him, and that is probably what he wanted to flicker. But keep in mind, the very first turtle actually is quite important for RSGMY, because when they get that power spike and that momentum going from them, they can start playing towards the opposite side of the map, Rippo's side in particular, to allow Lolios the time and space that he needs to actually scale, because it will take some time. His items are very expensive.
Agreed, but as of yet, RG, you know, they're trying to get a little more levels for both Storm and Izanami. They're very close to that level 4, but guess what? Yura gets in first. They get the vision to try and scout this out, but it's going to be up to Team Hawk whether or not can they burst it down. Iris, like, from the back lines, they're going to make it a time as well. Demon Kite, he's going to get bursted down! Gary steals the turtle, and Demon Kite gets out to safety, but Team Hawk yoinks it away from RGMY.
Unlucky, but at least no casualties came out from it. I don't think Team Hawk can take that kind of damage this early on towards the game. And they do have a little bit of a goal lead, which is great to see, but can they transition it into something bigger? Right now, it's great to see that Gary is able to secure that very first turtle to slow down RSGMY and put their plan into action. With the mid lane shoved up, they need to hurt Loliels. Now, finally, we get to see what they opted to go for in the emblems.
Wow, only agility coming in from Yura. The rest is also just going for damage all the way through, and it kind of makes sense. It feels like Demon Kite is going to be extremely tanky in the later stage game, and, you know, why just run away when he's going to catch up to you? Just try and burst him down and drop him low enough to threaten him to back off.
I mean, he used these exact same emblems in game number 1, so bringing it into game number 2, it feels like at least you don't have to set things up too hard. But keep in mind, at least for Panda, he's like playing respectfully. He's like, I am taking tenacity. I am not going to try and bleed this out with Weapon Master. None of that nonsense. Don't worry about it. He's playing Claude, and a lot of his items don't actually give him a lot of stats to begin with.
Agreed. But at the same time now, you know, Iris is going to try and mirror Repo's way through. He's almost a level ahead compared to Repo, who's been struggling to kind of outmatch in terms of clear, right? Once you go all in as a Grok, you're not going to be able to sustain too much as compared to Iris, but look at this. Iris is going to be bursted down with the beats here. Here comes the wall charge to catch him, and that's going to be his kill for RSGMY. They punish Iris with 20 seconds left on the turtle, and again, look at this Storm! Getting very, very trigger fingery in this situation, but I don't know, man. But at the same time, Panda, he gets out.
sorry, I can't. I'm just imagining national service in Singapore being like, you better not get trigger fingery as we jump into this next fight.
But Noir now is taking a little bit too much damage. He needs to get out. He couldn't even pop his ultimate away, and Iris will back off with 10 HP. But RGMI, they made the right call. Jump on the hero before we jump on the turtle. In this case, Gary is in position to try and steal this. He doesn't have a purple buff, but he's getting poked away by both Storm and Izanami. And looks like he might actually die here. He forces a flicker from Izanami, but can he get out? He can. Jiguno comes in. Wall charge misses by a second. So that's going to be Team Hawk losing the turtle, but they do bait out major spells from RGMY.
Now you're seeing the big differences of Team Hawk game number 1 compared to game number 2. With Lancelot, well, if we compare it to RGMY's game number 1, the Lancelot didn't need to be the first initiator, didn't need to kind of push the momentum. Everybody else can kind of do it in their own way. Team Hawk on the opposite side, Iris is the only one who can really jump on it. Noir, even then, he has to wait for the follow-up. So Gary needs to bait out as many spells as possible and then get the re-engage from the rest of his team.
Noir now is going to get caught out. He could not even start the fight. The Wave Dragon comes in, but they burst in down so quick that Team Hawk just doesn't have any tools to retaliate. And this is what we're talking about Team Hawk's draft. Who has CCs? Who has stuns? Besides Noir, no one else can actually stop the aggression coming from RGMI. And look at this. Repo is going to try and give information for Gary, but again, RGMI is always trying to play around turtle control.
Yep, I think that for RGMI, they just need to take their time. Eventually, they're going to win this game. I think they even recognize that. It's like, yeah, you can scale as hard as you want. I don't think Panda, considering his performance in game number 1, wasn't that great. Again, oh, lane punish.
Oh no, Iris is under tier 1, but Repo, he still has the damage, but Iris forced to recall back as of yet. Storm now looking for the catcher. Panda. Can he get out? He's in. No, he will not. That's going to be Storm that steals the kill away from Lolios. But again, RGMI, they're just rolling over Team Hawk again.
And what did I say? I mean, at the start of this game, I said if anybody makes a mistake in lane, it's going to get punished with a dive. Every single time we see a mistake coming up from one of the side laners, whether it be Iris or even Panda, you can immediately see everybody setting up for this dive. Oh, wait a minute.
Boy, Lolios, he actually gets out. Noir, beautiful catch, but they have to back out. But RGMY from behind, Repo, they catch 3, and now they are going to try and finish ball, but the conceal from Noir keeps them alive, but it's not good enough. Izanami versus him down, but Demon Kite, he wants to extend this, and look at them go. Storm gets a kick as well. They fight Yura, they fight Panda, and that's gonna be Team Hawk losing too. Meanwhile, Iris is gonna try and trade off the middle turret. He gets the job done, but the damage is just so much coming in from RGMI, and they might be able to get even more unless Gary. Is he going to make a play? No, I don't think he can.
No,
I don't think he can.
No, he definitely can't. Not right now. Not especially with Izanami and Demon Kite so nearby Lolios. It's just not worth the risk. And more importantly, we were looking at the items. He's already got the Haas Claw and just recently purchased the Berserker's Fury. Ooh, Rippo nearly getting the engage off, forcing Iris to flicker out of there. That's going to be huge for this upcoming turtle fight. Now Iris can't just flicker stun on top of Loliels.
Yeah, look at Iris' item as well. It's got Bloodless Axe as well as the hammer here. Do a little bit more damage, but they need the perfect edge. Noir now, he uses skill. He's gonna get kicked back. Here comes the collapse. He's tanking his way through, but nope, chain CC. He's just gonna die. Demon Kite, he sidesteps his way through. Gary steals the turtle away, but they lose Noir. But at the same time, RGMY, they want to go for more. Lolios in position still. He doesn't have his sprint though, so he's not gonna go to force the fight. Demon Kite, ooh, so much damage on this droid.
Yep, I think for a regular player, they would have 100% dived that. But Demon Kai, he recognizes that the tower actually does a lot of damage, and if Iris decides to turn on top of him with the Justice Blades, or maybe even tries to outplay with the dash, he probably would have died there. At the very least, he has no way to actually guarantee the resets on his dashes other than his one target onto Iris. So it would have been very risky. Panda playing an even riskier game.
Oh no, Noir, he missed his combo. Storm outplays his way through, but they get the ultimate available. Gary is going to be able to finish ball, but Izanami is getting chipped away with a Blazing Duet, but double kill from Gary is going to be good enough to chip them away, and this is huge for Team Hawk. 2 players on the sidelines, and Reaper wall charge out of there. Meanwhile, Iris, does he want to try and fight this here? XP versus XP, but now Looks like Team Hawk finds an opportunity, but what? Huh?
Buddy, he wanted it.
What?
He wanted it bad. He was like, boys, I'm about to make the play of the century. Flickers and Demon Kite responds way too quick, so he isn't able to get the dash and knock up. So well done. Good reaction time coming in for Demon Kite. I like the idea coming in from Noir, but it was very ambitious.
It's crazy how Noir is doing this here, but at the same time, Storm is going to down low HP. They force Leo's coming in. He does have the sprint still. Noir is getting chipped away, but Izanami with the stolen blazing duet, not going to do too much. But Demon Kite with the blaze spin, he fights Panda. He's going to kill him off, and he's dead.
What did I tell you? They were all going to die there if they kept on pushing forward. The counter engages. I mean, Team Hawk fails to recognize that RSGMY wants to fight when you are past your turret line. As soon as you get past your turret line, there's so many more angles to play around. Wow, Ripple actually decided to charge for that.
Reaper is just so much damage. It's crazy to think that, you know, this is a Grok. He's just right in your face. Oh, wait, it's a tank. You know, I'm just a tank. I'm pretty roamy. But guess what? He's just threatening everyone from Team Hawk. One wrong move, boom. Big boy damage with the wall charge.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing a phenomenal job on this Grok. I mean, 3-0-2, hasn't died so far, has been finding some really good ways to isolate his targets and slow people down.
Oh boy, the kick again. Noir just cannot do anything. Panda drops the blazing duet. They find Lilius. That's huge for Team Hawk. And now RSGMY. They want to try brutality here. Demon Kite is going to be showing space, but the tier 1 still stands in the middle lane. Can't really do too much. So he's going to be able to back. He's forced to back out, actually.
Beautifully played coming in from Team Hawk. Just a casual bait and switch. They send Noir in. They made sure that they actually put a lot of attention to the right side of the map before we see Gary utilizing the wave to close the distance onto Loliels. He's got to be really careful here because, again, Gary, he's got a lot of damage and he's going for killing spree.
Oh no, he needs to be a little bit more careful here. 20% left. They want to collapse on this. Beast comes in. Do they steal it? Demon Kite joins in away, but the back lines. Look at this. Gary is going to try to cut him off, but Izanami jumps into the pit, finishes him off. Panda forced to use the blazing duet defensively to kill him off, and that gets RSGMY out of safety.
Yep, they managed to get out, but that Lord still falls into the hands of RSGMY. Izanami won't be able to participate in the upcoming...
No, Repo. The wrong time, wrong place. No wall charge. He is gonna give away a free B. But at the same time, Gary as well as Yura, Divine Glaive, and Endless Battle right now. As
harsh as I want to be on Rippo for actually walking out and ruining his perfect KDA like that, I can understand why you feel like a juggernaut on this drop. With the power of nature, sitting close to those walls to make sure you have anti-CC, you feel invincible until it runs out and then you realize, oh, this might be a mistake.
I know, right? But in this case, he's got the Blade of Destiny as well as the Blade of Despair. So that's a decent amount of physical defense. But when it comes to magic, Yura and Noir has those damage to chip away at his health. And interesting enough, Noir, he hasn't been able to take advantage of his Primal Wara to actually deal magic damage. And that's the only reason why Team Hawk has been losing out in all these fights. And this is a big problem. But eventually, here comes the play. Storm. Oh no! He almost got the kick, and he's going to get counterplayed with that as well. Noir finally gets his revenge. He gets the kill, and this is going to be buying a little bit more time for Team Hawk to defend again.
I mean, I don't think RSGMY was going to get too much off of this anyways, but I think that's going to make sure that they don't get anything else anymore. So that aggression coming in from RSGMY has been shut down entirely, and the score has really started to even up with only about 1.9k difference between the two, eventually turning into 2k. But look at Team Hawk, they do this all the time. They play on their strong side of the map where they have vision, and if RSGMY decide to trespass in their borders, it's a lot of problems. But again, fundamentals are strong. With good wave management, it forces Gary to actually move out of place, who is by far the only threat other than Panda to jump onto Loliels.
Yeah, this is crazy, right? Like, I was expecting Lolios to be able to, you know, kind of pop off as an irritail, considering that this is his current meta. It's all about movement speed, taking advantage of DGS, etc. But he hasn't been able to find those opportunities. And as of yet, it feels like Team Hawk, they understand that, hey, if we take him out right from the equation, no one else hits hard. Repo is going to be like a one-shot burst, if it makes sense.
No, that's true. But I don't blame Loliels for it. It's not up
Nope, nope. You know, we're out of here.
No, I look at Loliels. Look at Loliels. He's literally like zero reaction to that.
Oh no, he needs to back out. He can't even do too much, and they will lose Stone because of this. And Loliels is like, you know what? I finally get a little bit more help, but the minion, Yura, just stole it away again. Oh.
I mean, that's not the worst part. I felt like that was just instant karma for Storm not taking it to the face. Storm was like, yeah, I'm just going to move out of the way. Lolios loses 60% of his HP. He's like, bro, what the heck, man? Come on, what's with this anti-synergy?
I don't know how this is possible, but Repo now, he's gonna get caught out. Wall shot comes in, and Gary comes from the side. He's gonna try to chip away. One normal attack is gonna be good. Lolios is finally showed himself with the crossbow attacks. He catches 4-man with the rebuff, but can he finish for Yura? No, he cannot. But Panda, he gets countered out by Demon Kai. Demon Kai picks him apart, and somehow RGMI, they get Iris as well. And now Team Hawk, they have to back off while RSG will be focusing on this Lord.
He's got to be real careful here. Why? He's got no backup.
Oh my goodness, Storm! He found Yura! That's gonna be a kill for Lolios. RSGMY, they found the opportunity, and now Noir, what can he do? Gary is here. There's 4 men right in front of him here, 10% left. Is he gonna make the attempt? The Lord is gonna be close. No, he doesn't even want to try it. But RSGMY, they secure the Lord.
No attempts made, and I think Team Hawk made the right decision here with the man, again, a significant man disadvantage. RSGMY pretty much had it for free. They just needed to make sure that they don't chain those punctures from Gary in towards that Lord Pit side, and that's why you can see that RSGMY are leaving very large gaps on purpose to maybe force Gary to utilize his ultimate to try to get into the pit, and even then, they could collapse on top of him to make sure that he doesn't get back out.
Agreed. You know, it all comes down to finding like the puncture angles as well, right? And that was very difficult, because if RGMI, the clump up is 4, it is a straight line for him, but you know, just backing out, limiting it away from Gary is gonna help him a little bit more. But right now, the big threat here from the side Team Hawk is gotta be Panda, and it's gotta be Gary. And if they take down Panda from the equation, well, they lose all their damage, I guess.
Well, I mean, they still have Gary as well as Yura, but Yura is very much just like skill shot burst, and the same goes for Gary. He can kind of stall things out for a while, but without consistent damage, it's a bit of an issue, right? I think as of right now, it's tough to get on top of people like Demon Kai, and I think Demon Kai can basically do whatever he wants to. We discussed this in the draft. He's playing Joy. Nobody can really catch it right now. But Loliels, on the other hand, is very susceptible, and the same goes for Izanami, so it really depends who makes that first mistake.
Agreed. Now with the Lord collapsing on the tier 3, it is gonna fall. Iris trying to cut the back lines, but you know, it's just not the right timing here. Storm as well, looking for the angle, but Panda will be able to chip away towards the Lord Pit here. But interesting enough, Yura got an Ice Queen 1 on this Novaria, so we are not gonna look at those one-shot bursts. He is gonna try and utilize for the team here, but here comes the concealed play. Gary, he's gonna try and bait our reactions, but RSG says, you know what? It's not the right timing yet. It's not the right timing.
RSGMY don't want to repeat the same mistake that they did in game number 1. They disrespected the space to try and get inhibitors. They got punished for it, and that pulls Team Hawk back into the game. It's already 17 minutes in. Both sides don't have much of a lead. Like, they lost EXP in this particular case. A majority of them have already hit max level, so it's obviously going to be negative. But in terms of tower damage, 16,000, getting 1 inhibitor, that's good enough. And this is only going to be the second Lord of the game. We're not even into the third one just yet.
Yeah, this is tough. This is really, really difficult as well. And considering how well Storm and Repo has been playing this game, it's just finding the right places to zone Team Hawk off. Team Hawk, they definitely need to overcome this big obstacle, and currently it's very, very difficult to do so. But Iris as well, he hasn't had a great line against Repo at all this entire game.
I think that Iris can't really do much about it, right? Everybody that he wants to catch has some form of mobility, some kind of dash. I think Loliels, even with just his raw movement speed alone, isn't too worried about Iris trying to flicker on RSG to actually make that mistake compared to Team Hawk. And I think that Team Hawk, it's tough only because they have to utilize a battle spell on top of everything else to secure the kills. Like, I don't see a way that Iris is going to get on top of Loliels unless Loliels is blind in one eye and Iris utilizes his flicker to close the distance. the movement speed is way too much to deal with. The damage coming in from Lolios is more than enough, and even the Raging Slash isn't guaranteed to kill.
Oh boy, Gary, he needs to get out. Great kick dodge coming in from Panda. He's going to be able to get out here for Gary, but at the same time, RG, they force out the sprint up on Lolios. That means that's going to be a little bit of a less damage with those heavy crossbows. So they are going to wait out on Lolios' ultimate here. But for now, Team Hawk, they are just going to be on a stalemate. Again, resets here. RG, they just don't want to pick this fight. So I guess it's all about Yura opening up the maps with those folks for now.
I think that RCMY, they need to manage their waves. They need to really threaten the side waves, in a matter of fact, utilizing Ripple better. Because again, the kick!
Oh my goodness, they found Gary. He needs to get out as well. The Thorn Rose keeps him alive, but can he get out? Panda with the Blazing Duet chips off Repo, but it is going to be Demon Kai to go to the back lines and find Yura. Iris will fall by Lolios as well. And Team Ha, they lose 3 just like that. And RSGMY playing an absolute monstrous game, and Demon Kite just unkillable right now. Monsters or players? Players first, then tower. RSGMY, they are going to try and go for the collapse here. And now the inhibitor falls, and Noir needs to get out, but the minions are coming in. And look at this, Blazing Duet from Izanami. Not going to be needed.